London, 1888. A city already cowering in the long shadow of the Ripper. Gaslight sputtered against an oppressive, smog-choked fog, each flickering flame a fragile ward against the terrors that stalked the labyrinthine streets. But as autumn bled into winter, a new, more insidious dread began to uncoil itself from the city's grimy heart. It began quietly. A docker in Wapping, found contorted in his sparse lodgings, his face a mask of sudden agony. Then a seamstress in Bethnal Green, collapsing over her work. Doctors were baffled, symptoms mimicking virulent cholera, yet too rapid, too localized, and with a strange, almost metallic scent lingering in the air. The pattern, if it was one, remained elusive, until the third victim, an elderly tobacconist in Whitechapel. There, on his polished counter, beside his fallen spectacles, lay the first tangible clue. A minute, almost invisible dusting of fine, gray ash. Unnatural. Cold to the touch. More deaths followed, each accompanied by this spectral residue. The press, hungry for sensation beyond the Ripper, seized upon the detail. They wove tales of a phantom poisoner, an unseen hand wielding arcane substances. They called him the Alchemist of Ash. London, already terrified, found a new name for its nightmare. Inspector Thomas Ashton of Scotland Yard, a man whose career had been built on rooting out pickpockets and quelling minor riots, found himself adrift in a sea of inexplicable horror. The ash, subjected to every test known to Victorian science, yielded no secrets. It was inert, unidentifiable, yet undeniably linked to the grotesque, rapid decay of its victims. With no rational explanation, the city turned to irrational ones. Was it a foreign plot? The work of anarchists? Or, as some whispered in hushed tones in dimly lit pubs and parlors, was it something supernatural? A malevolent spirit? An alchemical curse made real? People avoided strangers, eyed neighbors with suspicion, and charms against poison, and the evil eye saw a brisk trade. Then, one morning, scrawled in what appeared to be the same gray ash upon the steps of St. Paul's Cathedral, a single cryptic symbol was found, an ancient alchemical mark for dissolution or separation. Was it a taunt from the alchemist, reveling in their unseen power, or a desperate, obscured warning from someone who knew more? And then, silence. As suddenly and inexplicably as the ash deaths had begun, they ceased. No more victims, no more spectral dust. The Alchemist of Ash vanished as if into the very fog that concealed them. Was their grim tally complete? Had they made their arcane point? Or had they merely moved on, a phantom seeking new shadows? The case files gathered dust, another dark, unsolved chapter in London's sprawling history. Yet, for those who remembered that terrifying autumn of 1888, the air itself seemed to carry a chill, and every unexplained illness, every wisp of smoke, every particle of floating dust was a haunting echo. A whisper of the unseen terror that had once held a city captive in its cold, gray grip.